So there's several important reasons that you need to walk and warm up your horse before you start riding. One, you kind of build a little connection with each other as you're doing nice, slow, just easy walking. You're starting to pay attention to your breathing, your body, how you're feeling that day, how he's feeling that day. Do you notice anything about him that may be any cause for concern or limping or any just mental issues where y'all might be off and not connecting? Another thing is, warming up the muscles. Just like when we need to exercise, we can't just get up off the couch and just run and just start running a 5K. Like, you need to warm up your muscles before you start. But another interesting aspect of that is not just the muscles that need to be warmed up, but their joints. So walking and moving helps lubricate the insides of their joints. So one way that you can help avoid getting any early onset arthritis is to make sure that you do an adequate warm up before you start working or riding your horse. At least 10 minutes. Do not just go and get on your horse and do 1 or 2 circles around and then call that a warm up and then start running barrels or doing complicated moves. Like, do a lot of walking, 10 to 15 minutes at least, sometimes longer, especially as your horse ages. Sometimes they need a longer warm up. I know I sure do. Hey guys, so we're on day 3 now of walking with Whiskey, and we just finished up our warm-up, and now we're fixing to go do our backing exercises. Whiskey's struggling today. Usually day 3 of starting anything always sucks. It's just like people when they go to the gym. Anytime I've ever worked with them, like, our 3rd workout together is usually not their favorite one. But anyway, we are making changes and we're going to make it happen. Whether we like it or not. So I'm just going to do a little voiceover over this next session. So this is the backup that we're going to work on, and I've got some cones set apart, so I just kind of work in between those cones, and I usually take about 5 or 6 steps and then stop, and then I just turn around and ask him to back up about the same distance, 4 to 5 steps, usually about 5 steps right now. And I want you to be aware of like how his hind legs look. I know it's kind of hard to tell. I wish I had a camera person with me that could be up closer. I tried to zoom in as much as possible without it being too grainy, but you can kind of see he has some awkwardness to the hind legs. He also takes his tail and kind of turns it off to the side, so you can kind of tell that kind of bothers him a little bit. It's not nice and fluid and straight. He also does not have a quickness to his step. He doesn't, stop and back up really quick with a whole lot of energy. And again, this is just our first week together. I'm not worried about that right now. Hopefully, as he gets stronger and this gets easier for him and he's learning my cues, my body language, the things that I'm asking of him, that will improve when his back gets stronger and his hips get stronger. Hopefully he will start picking his feet up and stepping back a little bit quicker with a little bit more, intent. But again, this is his very first week. I'm not going to nitpick him on those kind of things. We're just kind of getting it done and kind of getting used to each other. So, do the same thing. Like, don't nitpick the little things right now. Just get used to one another and just see how you are and see what your baseline is. Making sure that you're working on the cues, that he's understanding the cues, and then go from there, and then you can ask for more and more each week, you know, as you progress and your horse gets stronger and becomes more secure in that. So fingers crossed, he will continue on and get better and better, and pick his feet up more and start to really engage with his body and improve. Good boy. He just finished his backing exercises, so I'm giving him a minute to rest here. As you see, he still has that left hip. It's cocked under. Yeah. So after a minute or two of this, letting him rest, I'm going to take him out. We're going to go do our hill walks next. So I'm lucky I've got some pretty hilly land out here for that. And so we're going to go and we're going to walk up the hill, turn around, walk back down the hill. So we're just going to start with this little hill. It is pretty short, but that is fine with me, especially for him. It's his first day of doing this. And so we're just going to walk up the hill, we're going to turn around, we're going to come back down the hill. But we're going to go nice and slow and just see how he handles that. And yes, I know the grass needs to be cut, but you know, it's the story of my life out here. Like, I can either cut grass or I can work horses. I can't do both. So we take the descent pretty slow. I'd like him to get his head a little lower and engage his hind end. There we go, good boy. Okay, let's don't stop and eat though. It's the struggle. So I don't see really any muscles moving in the hind end quite yet. Hopefully by the time we get to the last one, we'll see some movement. Hey guys, so I did not get to finish filming or telling y'all about how the exercises went because everything got too hot and my glasses and phone died. So it's the next morning now, but he did pretty good. He was a little lackluster on his energy level today, which is very normal when someone starts a new exercise program. Day 3 can be pretty tough, and that's across the board. Really in both species, horses or human. But he tried and he did, you know, what he could do. And we went up and down that hill 3 times up and 3 times down, and then I just stopped at that. And then I just took him for our normal walk around the farm, let him graze, relax. He was super chill, still no yelling for the other horses. I mean, you could hear in the video my horses were yelling for him, but he was not concerned with that at all. So I really like that about his personality. Today should be the 4th day, but we are actually just going to take a rest day today because it's going to be like over 100 degrees today, and it's already extremely humid out there this morning. And since he was a little tired yesterday, today I'm just going to up his electrolytes and just kind of let him rest today, and then we'll go back and do the 4th day tomorrow morning. start from there. So, just take your time with this. Go easy. The first few weeks do not need to be anything crazy. Don't stress yourself out about what you're doing, and just kind of have fun with your horse.